You may have noticed something funny about the way that we've been talking about these black keys. And you may have noticed it actually right off the bat when we started talking about this black key right here, the black key that's between C and D. Notice we talked about that black key by two different names. We talked about it in terms of the C. We called it the note, or the note that is 1/2 step above C, in which case we called it the C sharp. But we also called it or referred to it as the note that is 1/2 step below D, or D flat. So we have two separate names for this one single note. And that actually happens with each of the black keys. If we go up to this next one, we can talk about this as the black key that is 1/2 step above D, or D sharp. Or we can talk about it as the black key that is 1/2 step below E, or E flat. This next black key up here, we can talk about that as the black key that is 1/2 step above F, or F sharp, or as the black key that is 1/2 step below G, or G flat. This black key is the black key that is 1/2 step above G, or G sharp, or the black key that is 1/2 step below A, or A flat. And then this final black key up here, we can call that the black key that is 1/2 step above A, or A sharp, or we can talk about it as the black key that is 1/2 step below B, or B flat. So each one of these black keys has at least two names. And we call that relationship between these two different ways of referring to, or these two different names for the same key, as an enharmonic relationship. So we say that C sharp and D flat are enharmonic notes, or stand in an enharmonic relationship. D sharp and E flat are enharmonic. F sharp and G flat, enharmonic. G sharp and A flat, enharmonic. A sharp and B flat, enharmonic. Notice there's also an enharmonic relationship between some of the white keys as well. We sort of hinted at this in the previous videos. We said that this note right here, we usually call this note F, but we can also talk about it as the note that is 1/2 step above E, or E sharp. We can also call this note, we usually refer to this note as E, but we can also call it the note that is 1/2 step, or think about it as the note that is 1/2 step below F, or F flat. And then we have a similar enharmonic relationship between the other pair of white notes, the B and the C, that have no black key in between them. So we can think of this note right here as being B, but we can also think of it as being the note that is 1/2 step below C, or C flat. And then we can think about this note as being what we usually call it, which is C, but we can also think about it as being the note that is 1/2 step above B, which is B sharp. On the piano keyboard, these two names for every note that we have mean exactly the same thing. In other contexts, they may mean something slightly different, but on the piano keyboard, they will refer to exactly the same thing. So how do we know which one to use at any given moment? And the answer is that's something we will come to understand as we start to talk about chords and harmony and other things. So don't worry too much about that just yet, but just understand that those two names, those names for the enharmonic notes, refer to exactly the same thing.